start with some seated Schroth breathing. So the goal of seated Schroth breathing is expansion of the rib cage to open up space on the concave side of the curve so that there is room for the scoliosis curve to move back towards midline. And the good thing about being a kid when you're still growing is the spine is still flexible and there's still opportunity for that to happen. So we're going to take a seat here and we're just going to work on global expansion here. So we can't physically just only expand on one side, even though we want to focus on one side and maybe expand more on one side, open one side more. We're gonna get expansion on both sides no matter what. So global expansion, hands on the rib cage, and we're gonna do 3 breaths. So you're gonna breathe in through your nose, rib cage goes outwards, you're gonna breathe out through your mouth, rib cage stays expanded until you run out of breath, and relax. 2 more breaths, in through the nose, long the way out. Good. In through the nose. And breathe out. Good, and relax. Perfect. So that is seated Schroth breathing. We're going to move into our first Schroth exercise, which is supine with pulse. So this example is going to be for the most common curve pattern of scoliosis, which is a thoracic right and a lumbar left curve that also has a pelvic inequity, okay? So we're going to lay on the back and we're going to use the traction belt for this one. And we're going to have our poles on either side. All right, okay. So around the hips, like so, in between the legs. I'm gonna lay on my back. Both knees are gonna be bent. I'm gonna have one beanbag at my right thoracic prominence here, right upper back. One at my left lower prominence in my lumbar. One underneath my left glute. I'm gonna shimmy up to make sure that my belt is pulling. So left lumbar, right thoracic prominence. And then I'm gonna have my left arm nice and high on the pole. And then my right one straight across from me here. Perfect. So I have my setup here. And we're gonna do 3 sets of 5 breaths, okay? So I'm gonna tilt my knees slightly right. Hold that position. Breathe in through my nose. Expanding, keeping that expansion. Breathing out and pressing down into my poles. Right away again. In through the nose. And breathe out. In again. And breathe out, push down. My knees stay slightly right, in through the nose. And breathe out. Last one. Good, and relax. So notice during my breaths, I am connecting my breaths more than I usually do, making sure that I contain and maintain the expansion, and the expansion keeps building on each breath, getting greater and greater, instead of expanding, collapsing, resetting my breath. Expanding, collapsing, resetting my breath. So I'm trying to connect those breaths again. So let's do 5 more here. Same setup, right across, left one high, knees slightly to the right. Okay. So I'm gonna breathe in, and breathe out and push. Okay, that was 5 breaths all connected. Take a little break, and then we'll do one more set of 5. In through the nose. Breathe out and push down. Breathe in. Keep it big and expanded. Breathe out. Pressure on the way down. In through the nose. Keep it big and expanded. Breathe out and push pressure. Good, that's 3. Last 2 breaths, I'm gonna actually push pressure down as I inhale on the first breath. Maintain the pressure the entire time during my last 2 breaths. So a little play on how we can control our breath as we continue to expand. So in through the nose, pressure down, breathe out. Maintaining the pressure and elongation, 1 more breath. In through the nose, and long on the way out. Good. Now, if I have a thoracic right and a lumbar left curve, usually my torso is slightly shifted right, okay? And that's just how my body is because more of the body weight is towards the right, pulling that torso to the right. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a scoliosis correction, shifting my thoracic block back towards center line. Boom. And then I have to use my core muscles to hold it there. Now, as I hold, this should be hard if you have scoliosis because your body wants to be in this position. So shift, elongate, some edge of my head going up, feet going down, and then I'm going to do a sit to stand, holding that shift. Okay, so as I maintain that, I'm going to stand up, maintain my shift towards center, and then I'm going to sit slowly back down until I get all the way down. Maintaining my shift. I don't want to reshift every single time. So I'm maintaining that. And we're going to do 2. And slow on the way down. Should feel my core working to hold that thoracic shift. And up again, nice and slow. And back down. Controlling, maintaining that shift. 3, 2 more. And up. Slow on the way back down. You may find once you sit back down, you default to this right-sided shift. That is okay. Make sure you re-shift and maintain before you start the next rep. Although I'd like you to hold it the entire time if you can. Last one, all the way down. Nice and slow. Good, okay. Take a break, shake it out. Sit nice and tall. And then we're gonna do the same thing, 1 more set of 5, okay? So my right-sided curve causes my thoracic spine and my thoracic block, my upper back, to be slightly this way to the right. And so I'm going to shift it back towards midline, maintain that, and then 5 sit to stands. Up and then down, nice and slow. Good. 1, maintain that block at midline. 2, good, slow. The slower you go, the more your body has to work. And see how I lost my shift, even though I don't have scoliosis, and I'm just pretending like I do. You're gonna shift right to left, maintain that, maintain it all the way on the way down. Okay, I think that was 4 if I counted right. Last one, maintaining that shift, and all the way back down. Good, and my hands are just out as a counterbalance for me. Good, perfect. So that's an example of integration, getting our scoliosis corrections to be more functional. Awesome, good. You're gonna grab your round TheraBand loop or any other loop you have. Step in, around the ankles, slight bend in the knees, Schroth arms up. Pretend like my elbows are going outwards this way, so there should be tension in my shoulder blades. And then keeping the tension on the band as I go. All the way down. Keeping my core nice and tight. And all the way back. One. We're going to do 5. Good. And notice my upper body is nice and still. 2, Good. Maintain tension, elbows out. Core tight. Three. Ooh, I'm feeling it. Good. My arms are getting tired too, which is good. It means I'm engaging those scapular muscles. And last one. Staying nice and low. Perfect, good. That's 5 laps. Feeling it in my hips. And now we'll do a duck walk. So, duck walk is gonna be tiny little steps, hands on my hips, like this. So it's like a little shuffle. We're not taking big steps like this, okay? So we're gonna do 2 laps of that. Forwards on the way there, backwards on the way back. Good, backwards on the way back. One more lap, tiny, tiny steps. Keeping the tension on the band across. Backwards on the way back. A dead bug exercise is on the back, like so. And then you're gonna have both legs in the air, both arms in the air. And then all you're gonna do, keeping your core tight and back flat on the mat, you're gonna extend opposite arm and leg. So left leg straightens, right arm goes up, and then switch. And you should feel this in your core. So you look like a dead bug who's flailing. Perfect, okay, good. So that's without the ball. And so let me show you with the yoga block. So this is the yoga block. You're gonna put that yoga block in between your left knee and your right hand. And then you're just gonna press the other ones outwards. So you have to do one side at a time for this. Extending the opposite, pushing into the block with the other ones. Okay, and then you can switch and do the opposite. So an isometric press into the block as opposites go outward. But my favorite is using a Swiss ball, like this, in between the hands and the knees. That way we can maintain pressure and that isometric into the ball as we alternate sides. So we're just gonna do 10 of these, and then we'll take a break. 1, 2. The slower you go, the better. I'm probably going too fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, alternating, 2 more, 9, pressing into the ball with the ones that aren't lifting, last one, and 10. Good, we'll take a little break, and then we'll do one more set of 10, and then we just have one more Schroth exercise to go. Here we go, last set of 10 here. Dead bugs, opposite arm and leg lifts. 1, 2, 2, pressing into the ball. 3, 4, 5. If extending all the way is too much for you, just do little tiny lifts. Like this is getting hard for me to extend all the way, so I'm gonna do mini ones. 6, 7, 8, 9, those are tough and I feel in my core. Awesome. So here's my PVC pipe. It probably could be a little bit longer. And then here is my green stretch out strap. These are just on Amazon, super cheap. Okay, so you're gonna fold your stretch out strap in half like this until you have a fold at the top. You're gonna toss this over the top of your door so the fold is on one side, and then you're gonna shut your door so that there's an anchor over the door. Then, with this anchored up high, let's say it kind of looks like this. So you have it anchored over your door. You're gonna take your PVC pipe and you're gonna put it through the holes of the stretch out strap here, okay? And then you can spread it out, that's nice and sturdy. And then you could basically do your semi-hang position like this, holding onto the bar. The only thing that I don't like is this is a little bit unstable. So it's a little bit tougher than using just something stable like the stall bars, okay? But this is your setup in your door frame if you don't have stall bars at home, which most people do not. And then what I'm gonna do is hands about the height of your eyes or forehead, feet underneath the last bar there, and then you're gonna sit your butt down, okay? And then you're gonna take a look at your pelvis and your hips. So we don't want a big arch in the back like this, and we don't want a round in the back like this. So you have to find that center point, boom, right there for me. Hold that, and then maintain this elongation, okay? So as I hold, I'm gonna do 5 breaths. So in through my nose, long and way out. Right away again, in, and out. Two more. All right, so that was 5 breaths. So next set, same thing. Hands up, feet forward, butt down. Find the pelvis, center point. And then we're gonna focus on elongation as we hang and expansion through our breathing. In through the nose, long and way out. Okay, that was 5 breaths there. Perfect. And then last set, what we're gonna do as we hang, we're gonna change it into something instead of long hanging for our semi-hang, we're gonna change it into a short hang. So what this means is with my hands, if I have them overhead like this, all I'm gonna do is, without bending my elbows, is pull my shoulder blades back like this, okay? But what happens when I do that, see what happens to my back? I'm gonna wanna arch, okay? So I have to keep my rib cage tucked, core tight, and then pull back and let my shoulder blades move downwards on my back. So that's the goal. As we breathe out, the shoulder blades are gonna move down the back to further engage the shoulder blades and further elongate the spine. So this is what it looks like. Same starting position. Hanging, long hang. Find my neutral pelvis. Not extended, not flexed, right in the middle. And then I'm gonna breathe in, breathe out, and then pull my shoulder blades down without extending my back. Now I'm gonna keep that short hang and do 4 more breaths. So my shoulder blades are still engaged. One more breath. my 5 breaths. My shoulder blades are still engaged. Now I can go back from short hang to long head. Okay, so this is long hang, this is short hang. Long hang, short hang. Okay?